Alright, so for today's video, I have 3 different examples of how to use the stereo field in a creative and compositional kind of way. The first one is The Hills by The Weeknd, and this one, I can't play them unfortunately just because I don't want the copyright cops to come after me here. Here, this is The Weeknd's The Hills, right? And the shape of the sound field is kind of like it's like stereo, but still pretty centered with these occasional kind of outbursts in the full field. Whereas if you come over to Glowed Up by Kaytranada, it's crazy. It's like absolutely all over the place. And then to contrast that with a more experimental track, this is Kelly Lee Owens' Jeanette remixed by Haider. If you look at this, there's some very stereo moments and some very like almost completely mono moments. So let's just dive into it and talk about some specific techniques I used to get to what I got to with all of these example beats. Right? I just am using this Brainworks plugin. You can use all kinds of widening plugins. There's many of them out there. Basically what I just did was I played with the stereo expander with the imager on to just try to match up the visual feedback with what I was hearing. So as you can see, if you crank this thing up all the way, it can get really weird and wild. In the drums, it's similar to the last one, except everything is just pushed sort of as far as it can go. Let me solo them for you so you can see. Really wide kicks. And the snare, like pretty much as much juice as you can get out of it. And I think this definitely brings like a certain vibe to the song, and it makes you play differently. Or program differently. I'm not sure if he played this beat in or if he... But I think the most interesting moment is right here at this transition in the drum break, because everything before it, it's basically mono. Then what happens right here is the Haas effect is going to switch on and stereoize it. And then, going forward, if I switch to the BX Stereo Maker, another plugin pops on that stereoizes the break. So here we are mono. So again, how that's working is I'm using a really extreme stereo effect to push it even further and contrast the mono stuff before it, and then open it up with a stereoizing effect that's a little bit more modest right after that. So we have this effect of going from really narrow to really wide. So if you want to see the other techniques that went into this and all the other tricks that I pulled out of these reference mixes, just check out the link below in the description to my Patreon where you can get the full-length video. I'm doing one free video and then one paid one every week. So Mondays and Thursdays usually, as my schedule allows, as well as giving away any of my sample packs I make there for free for certain tiered subscribers. So check it out. And if you want to just keep riding on the free stuff, that's cool too. Just make sure you subscribe, and I will see you Monday. Thanks.